transactions, in that case, multi-currency is not relevant for me. In that case, options are inside the tally, but it will be under inactive mode. So if I click on show inactive, then it will give me all those options. See, if you can notice that some options are in ghost mode. Okay, so these options are inactive, but obviously within my software. Now, be a user. Suppose if I want to implement price level, then earlier in Tally ERP 9, we need to go to features, then we need to enable it, then we can create. Okay. Now, in some cases, for power users, it's okay, but for a beginners or a new users, where to go? उसको ढूंढना पड़ता था कि अच्छा ये कॉन्फ़िगरेशन में जाएंगे या F11 में जाएंगे, फीचर्स में जाएंगे, कहां पर हमको मिलेगा कि हमको I need to create price level. But here, price level is showing inactive. Be a user. If I press enter, software will say कि ये अभी inactive है, आप क्या उसको enable करना चाहते हो? So if I say yes, ये मेरा enable हो जाएगा, and I can create required masters sitting in create menu itself. तो यूजर को एक क्रिएट ऑप्शन से बाहर जाके कुछ ऑप्शन को एक्टिवेट करने का बाद वापस यहाँ पर आना पड़ रहा है, ऐसा बात नहीं है. So presently I am in create mode. I can create. If my option is not available, means not active, sitting here only, I can activate that particular option. Now let's go to ledger. This is one ledger creation screen. Easily, this is the same screen. We are very much familiar with it. So rent, indirect expenses, I have chosen, and I can save it. So like this way, I can create ledgers. If I want to create some group, I can create group also, cost centers, etc., etc. So this is master creation screen. Okay. Now, after create option, alter option is also available. So I have created some ledgers, maybe some groups. So here, like this is a very new company. That is why it's showing only 3 ledgers. So rent. And I'm just, I have altered this, that rent account, and I can change it. After that, I have realized, I need to create a separate ledger called office, called factory rent, because it is under direct expenses. So be a user, no need to escape from alter option. See, sitting here only, create option is available. So as a user, हमको alter मोड में अभी है, तो यहाँ पर सिर्फ मैं alter ही करना चाहता हूँ, कर सकता हूँ, ऐसा कोई बात नहीं है. So इतना flexibility we have incorporated in our Tally Prime. So be a user, अभी हमको याद है कि और एक रेंट बनाना है, I can easily go to create option, और मैं यहाँ पर और एक रेंट और एक मैं लेजर मैं यहाँ से क्रिएट कर सकता हूँ. Okay. Now I'm just trying to open a company having some data. So presently, I have loaded a company having some transactions. And if you have noticed, then you can see like chart of accounts. Earlier also, a list of accounts option was there, but in that case, users needs to go to display, then list of accounts. Here, we bring that into gateway of Tally itself, because it has been observed for almost each and every cases. You see, mostly like GSTPs, chartered accountants, whenever we are examining some existing data, first we want to check whether all the ledgers and their groups and subgroups has been categorized correctly or not. Okay, so it is really a very important thing, so that all reports should come properly. So that is why presently chart of accounts is in gateway of Tally. So be a user, if I go to chart of accounts, again, it has been categorized group wise, leisure wise, voucher type wise, etc., etc. So if I go to leisure, so see, beautifully it will give all the leisures along with their respective groups. So this is one screen where easily we can check that whether my entire grouping, subgrouping is correct or not. Okay, and if anything user needs to change, like for example, alpha provision, he is under sundry debtors. Okay, but you are supposed to be under sundry creditors. So there is no need to escape from here, then go to alter. No. So sitting here only, I can easily change sundry creditor and save it. So for auditors, especially, we kept that we have tried to make their life more easier. So whenever someone is examining some company's data, so in that case, sitting in chart of accounts also, they can alter if it is required. And suppose we are auditing, in that case, it has been observed that maybe the data entry operator by mistake has created one ledger which is not relevant. Okay, so sitting in chart of accounts only, we can delete that ledger if it is required. So in that case, no need to go to alter, then say alt D, it is not required. So in same screen, alteration is also permissible. Now there are some options in right side that we will discuss in upcoming topic wise when we will discuss. We will just cover those uh, right menu and top menu related options one by one. Okay, so this is all about create, alter, and chart of accounts in Tally Prime. So, Vikas sir, would you like to add something?
No, it's okay. It's a convenient way to do things. Because अभी हम क्या होता था कि कोई भी फीचर या कुछ भी एनेबल करना चाहते थे तो उसके
Yes,
लिए
sir.
हमें क्या करना पड़ता था कि बार बार फीचर्स में जाओ, कॉन्फ़िगरेशन में जाओ, और वो आपने एकदम सही कहा कि फीचर्स और कॉन्फ़िगरेशन याद ही नहीं रहता था कि कहाँ पर क्या है। तो अब यहाँ
Yes,
पे
sir.
क्या है, एट द लेजर लेवल ही जो भी चीज़ चाहिए वहीं एनेबल कर सकते हैं, तो इट कम्स ईजियर ऑल्सो। यू कैन कैरी ऑन।
Right, sir. So now we will see how easy to book entries, to pass entries, voucher entries in Tally Prime, followed by some other features. So I would like to request my colleague Vidyut. Vidyut?
Yes, Gautam. Yes.
Yeah. So I'm just stopping my sharing so that you can.
Yeah. So good afternoon, all. So I am just sharing my screen. So can anyone confirm just if my screen is visible or not?
Yes, visible Vidyut.
Okay. Thank you, Gautam. Thank you. So we have gone through this masters and chart of accounts, and the next topics I will take forward you is the voucher or transactions entries. So everywhere in Tally Prime, there is some flexibility and simplicity. Tally Prime is carried forward, and we will see how it is also simple in vouchers and also in during the entries, during the different kind of voucher entries. Okay. So as you might have got the idea that in master's creation, there is a one umbrella kind of thing where if you compare in the ERP9 scenario where it is bifurcated between accounting info, inventory info and payroll info kind of things. And in vouchers and in Tally Primes, it is bring under one single umbrella. And in vouchers also, it is under one umbrella. It is only vouchers. Okay. So once you go to the vouchers, so this is the vouchers entry screen. You will get the keys in the right hand side, right? So normal sales voucher, payment voucher, receipt voucher, anything you can select from the right hand side, or you can press the key also, the respective key also, like F8, F9, which is mostly power users used to do the transaction, right? So here, as you know, there are mainly broadly two kind of transactions. One is for item invoice for any kind of goods, and one is for accounting invoice, that is for any kind of service sales. So there is a option in the right hand side which is called change mode, right? So ये change mode option you can select from here. If you are in the sales voucher, from here you can select the accounting invoice option or item invoice option, right? If you want to do a transaction for a service sales, then you need to select from here. और यहाँ पे आप जो लास्ट ट्रांजेक्शन करके आप छोड़ के जाएंगे, दैट स्क्रीन विल अपीयर व्हेन यू एंटर अगेन. इट मीन्स you not need to repeat this whenever you require. Suppose you are in the service business, so you once you leave that in the accounting invoice mode, so it will automatically open in the accounting invoice mode only. That is the flexibility. In the same context, if someone is flexible in double entry mode or single entry mode, so whenever you go to make a transaction entry for receipt voucher or a payment voucher kind of things, so you will get the options also in the change mode. So here आप यहाँ पे भी सिलेक्ट कर सकते हैं कि डबल एंट्री मोड में हमको ट्रांजेक्शन करना है और सिंगल एंट्री मोड में हमको ट्रांजेक्शन करना है. तो एज पर द वाउचर टाइप्स, ये जो चेंज मोड ऑप्शंस, इट चेंजेस इट्स ऑपरेशंस, राइट? सो इट इज सो इंटेलिजेंट दैट एज पर योर रिक्वायरमेंट आप जो भी स्क्रीन में जा रहे हैं, तो वो स्क्रीन के हिसाब से ये अपने आप को चेंज कर देता है एंड योर रिक्वायरमेंट विल बी देयर इन फ्रंट ऑफ यू, राइट? सो यहाँ पे हम लोग देख पा रहे हैं, यहाँ पे बेसिकली जो ऑप्शंस हमको दिख रहा है, जो पेमेंट, जर्नल, सेल्स, परचेज. So there are people who are in the manufacturing business, and there is also need to record transactions for inter-godown transfers, kind of things. So what about that? अगर हम ERP 9 का सिनेरियो कंसिडर करें, तो इन दैट केस हम लोग को वाउचर टाइप में जाके मैन्युफैक्चरिंग वाउचर टाइप में जाके स्टॉक जर्नल को मैन्युफैक्चरिंग जर्नल के हिसाब से उसको यूज करने के लिए ऑपरेट करना पड़ता था. उसमें एक ऑप्शंस हुआ करता था दैट वी नीड टू एक्टिवेट दैट काइंड ऑफ टू एक्टिवेट दैट accounting inventory entries, right? But in Tally Prime ये flexibility यहाँ पे दिया गया है. So you need to go in the other voucher option, right? So in the other voucher option you will get this stock journal option, right? In the stock journal option, if you select the stock journal option, you will get the same change mode option here. From this change mode option, you can select if you wish to record your transaction as a manufacturing journal. So it is a ready-made kind of thing if you considered it with the earlier scenario. So earlier scenario में जहाँ पे हमको कोई केसेस में क्लास बनाना पड़ता था, कोई केसेस में हमको वाउचर टाइप में जाके उसको ऑल्टर करना पड़ता था, but here it is a ready-made kind of voucher transaction you are getting in front of you. Just you need to press the key only. In the same context, आप अगर इंटर गोडाउन ट्रांसफर करना चाहते हैं, तो इन द सेम कॉन्टेक्स्ट इंटर गोडाउन ट्रांसफर के लिए भी आप अदर वाउचर में जाके चेंज मोड यहाँ पे करेंगे स्टॉक जर्नल में, तो ये इंटर गोडाउन ट्रांसफर का भी ऑप्शंस आपको यहाँ पे देता है. दिस इज द another flexibility of Tally Prime, right? So going forward, there is another options which is called as a more details option, right? As we know that in our daily transaction kind of things, exceptions are a lot in the business. बहुत सारा exceptions आता है and users need to tackle these exceptions, right? कभी ये एक्सेप्शंस आता है कि हमने बिल बना लिया, ये बिल बना रहे हैं, तो कहीं पे रिक्वेस्ट आता है कि ये जो गुड्स है हमको हमारा अभी का गोडाउन में नहीं चाहिए, वी नीड दिस डिलीवरी इन अनदर गोडाउन काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स, राइट? सो यू नीड टू record our consignee separately kind of thing. या डिस्क्रिप्शंस ऑफ गुड्स में या तो डिस्पैच डिटेल्स में कुछ मॉडिफिकेशन आ जाता है आफ्टर मेकिंग द इनवॉइस. सो ये केस में नॉर्मली यू नीड टू ऑल्टर द मास्टर्स एंड डू द एक्सेप्शंस, राइट. सो टेली प्राइम ये इंटेलिजेंट आपको देता है कि विदाउट ऑल्टरिंग द मास्टर्स यू कैन handle this exception for that particular invoice. That exception will not be a permanent exception, that will be a for a single invoice exceptions. सपोज हम लोग अगर पहला फर्स्ट एग्जांपल ही ले लेते हैं कि एक वाउचर एंट्री हम लोगों ने सेल्स वाउचर का एंट्री किए हैं, एनीथिंग एनी पार्टी वी हैव सिलेक्टेड अल्फा प्रोविजन एंड वी हैव डन ए one item entry here. So alpha provision sales voucher. So Amul milk chocolate. So here I have put the text IGST. So suddenly a request has come कि हमारा ये जो गुडाउन है ये आपको जयानगर इंडस्ट्रियल स्टेट वाला गुडाउन में डिलीवरी करना है, नॉट इन द प्रेजेंट गुडाउन आप जो डिलीवरी करते हैं. सो दिस इज द एक्सेप्शन. आई माइट हैव सेव्ड द इनवॉइस और माइट नॉट हैव सेव्ड द इनवॉइस, राइट. अगर मैं प्रिंट प्रीव्यू में जाके इस इनवॉइस का प्रिंट प्रीव्यू देखता हूं तो यहाँ पे जो ऑलरेडी एड्रेस रिकॉर्ड किया गया है दैट इज सेम फॉर बोथ कंसाइनी एंड बायर्स. ये एड्रेस सेम है, मयूरभंज रोड, ओरिएंट रो, कोलकाता. ये बायर्स एंड कंसाइनी एड्रेस सेम है. बट सडनली रिक्वेस्ट हैज कम कि हमारा जयानगर इंडस्ट्रियल एस्टेट संतरागाछी कोलकाता वाला एड्रेस पे ये गुड्स डिलीवर करना है, राइट. एंड यू नीड टू कैप्चर दिस न्यू एड्रेस. सो दिस इज एक्सेप्शंस, राइट. सो यू कैन डू दिस एक्सेप्शन फ्रॉम मोर डिटेल्स. You just need to go in the more details, and here you just go to consignee details, and here you provide the consigneeship. If it is the same name alpha provision, just keep the same name alpha provision. Say the new address is Jayanagar Industrial State, right, Kolkata. Just right now you see the print preview option. You can see this exception has been done to the invoice. It has been record the new address for the consignee details, right. But remember this changes is not the permanent changes. This changes is for a single invoice only. For any kind of changes done through more details, it is only for the single invoice, right. This is the things in the transaction entries, whatever the flexibility bring in transactions, right. So there is also some flexibility in taxation. Taxation also simplified to some extent in Tally Prime. So let's see what is the flexibility that is in taxation part. Okay, so one part is that as you create a company, so in earlier case, once you create the company you need to go to F11 and you need to activate this GST features, and yes, and you need to give all the details of GSTN number and all the things, right. So here in Tally Prime, once you create the company creation के साथ साथ ही ये GST नंबर देने का ऑप्शंस ये ऑटोमेटिकली आ जाता है. सो देयर इज नो नीड टू रिमेम्बर कि मुझे अगेन F11 में जाना पड़ेगा, एक्टिवेट करना पड़ेगा. देयर इज नो दैट काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स.